Think about opening your tiffin box at school during recess. You might have a sandwich, maybe some fruit, or a little leftover dinner. Animals in the wild have their own version of a lunchbox, and looking at what they eat helps us understand how they fit into the world around them. First, we have the herbivores. These are the strict vegetarians of the animal world. If you peeked into the lunchbox of a cow or a rabbit, you would only ever find plant material like grass, leaves, and roots. Then there are the carnivores. These animals are entirely non-vegetarian. For animals like lions and tigers, a meal is strictly meat, which they get by hunting other animals. The third group eats a mix of everything. We call them omnivores. Bears, crows, and even humans fall into this category because our diet includes both plants and meat. Sorting animals by what they like to eat is our first step in seeing how they all live together in the jungle. Animals don't use spoons or forks, so their mouths and teeth do all the work. They've developed specialized tools that are perfectly matched to their specific diet. Take cows and buffaloes. They swallow their food whole to fill up quickly, and later they bring that food back up into their mouths to chew it properly. This is how they make sure every bit of grass is ground down. Rabbits and squirrels do things differently. They have large, very sharp front teeth made for taking repeated small bites out of hard nuts and seeds, slowly wearing the food down until it's ready to swallow. This illustration shows a snake that doesn't chew at all. Snakes and lizards have teeth meant for gripping, not grinding, so they just open their mouths wide and swallow their meal in one piece. Some insects skip the solid food entirely. Butterflies have long, hollow tubes in their mouths that work just like a drinking straw, allowing them to suck up liquid nectar from flowers. Every animal's body is shaped by nature to handle the exact type of food it needs to stay healthy. All these diets rely on one starting point: plants. Plants are the only living things that can prepare their own food, meaning every animal depends on them either directly or indirectly. This diagram shows a sequence. Energy starts with the plant, the deer eats it, and the tiger eats the deer. Panning down to this larger map, lines overlap to form an interconnected web where every animal links to several others. This web shows us that no animal lives in isolation. If one part of the network disappears, it creates a ripple that affects everyone else. To keep that web going, animals have to produce young ones of their own kind. This replaces the older animals and ensures their species continues to exist. One way they do this is by laying eggs. Birds, snakes, and frogs all start their lives this way, growing inside a shell until they are developed enough to come out on their own. The other way is giving birth to live babies directly. We call this group mammals. Instead of eggs, their young develop safely inside the mother's womb. Watch these icons move. While dogs and cats are obvious, whales and bats belong in the mammal group too, and so do we. Whether an animal lays eggs or gives birth to live babies, this process is the only way their form stays present on Earth. Think about how your own parents keep you safe and make sure you're fed. Many animals have a very similar way of looking after their own families. Mammals and birds spend a lot of time on their young. Parent birds build nests to protect their eggs and spend weeks bringing food back to their babies until they are strong enough to survive alone. On the other hand, many reptiles and amphibians, like turtles or snakes, find a safe spot to leave their eggs and then move on. Their babies are on their own from the moment they hatch. Staying with their parents gives vulnerable babies the time they need to grow and learn the rules of finding food in the wild. All of these connections show us that plants and animals actually need each other to live. We call this interdependence. This diagram shows a hidden exchange happening all the time. Animals need plants for the oxygen they breathe, while plants need the carbon dioxide animals release to prepare their food. You can see it happening here too. By moving from flower to flower, these bees help plants reproduce by carrying pollen and seeds to new places. Every plant and animal plays a part in keeping nature in balance, and that balance is what supports us all. Before you go, tell us in the comments, what's your favorite mammal?